New Year together. They got all them over towards Finland, had a good week or so together for team bonding. And when I asked them why that was, the answer came back to, look, 6 days a week of scrims can get quite stressful. You can get at each other. It's very intense. So having that time to actually bond as a team. And here comes the potential pinch. Loira rounding in towards his man. It's quite crucial that Loira stays alive. He's got 2 of the team's 3 smokes in back pocket. Sure enough, lives and gets a second as well. And there's 2 Euromas completely deleted off. And the thing is now, G2 know they've already seen resistance downstairs. Very good chance the remaining 3 players are all down on site, and you've got half a round still to play with.
Yeah, the 2 new boys taken from M80, but Spite and Kino, they have answers. Questions have been asked, and they respond in kind, picking up Uno and Doki, leaving us now 3 versus 3. The time is at least on the side of G2 as Blast manages to pick up 1, but he can't find a second. Spite is going to be there for the trade, and that's just going to remove that main stairs angle. Really don't want to expose themselves because they know how easy it could be, but Alamo again missing a couple of shots, a couple of opportunities, but the diffuser does go down nonetheless, and they've got the Talon shield to play behind. This just got extremely difficult. Loira comes in
to get underneath and make use of that tracker to force these players to move in tandem alongside the Capitao.
The Bees are going to go in quite early there, and that's going to just prevent a little bit of movement. Gunnar doesn't mind though, manages to find Loira. However, Blaz is there on a little backstab, manages to down the Azami as well. So effectively 4 versus 3, the kill is confirmed. Packer is just continuing to hassle Blaz out on the stairs, but it just doesn't matter. They fall 1 by 1 like dominant.
It will expire in a few seconds' time, at which point they're going to have to make something happen. Uno's in a good spot with the flash as well, sees the man, but like you say, Tim, they can't unseat him. There's only 30 seconds to go, and now he's pushing high up as well. Is he aware of what's going on below? Yes, he will, and that shotgun range is just absolutely ludicrous. Brings one down, a headshot onto Blast. His work is done, Tim. He's killed 2 and wasted 2 minutes and 45 seconds. G2, they're going to need a miracle to win this one.
Yeah, they don't get the round from there, and it's all been won on the back of Kino's play on blue stairs, and that is a little bit disappointing from G2. We see the kills coming in, but ultimately, M8 have got the crossfires, they've got the trades, they've got the positions, and they get the round, and that was...
Down Whitehall. He's really in a bit of a danger spot there. We forced to drop instead, down through the hatch, back in towards site.
Just working the way up gold stairs here. Alamo manages to walk in and find one into just half of it and see if they can't create a little bit of room for exactly that. The drop comes in and they can start challenging. Uno manages to pick up 1. Is there a second there for him? Of course there is. Spite manages to pick up last 3 versus 2. G2 still in the advantage.
Now they're kind of weaponizing this against him. They've got no idea that Uno is still snaking his way around. The long distance 1v1 coming in. He knows where Gunnar is, but Gunnar lands the headshot. Being problematic here. Do they catch him? Alaman might hear him on the drone underneath. I'm not too sure that they have. Not forgetting he's got this C4, which is the golden answer to this shield-based play, especially towards the Ossa. Alaman trying to force his way forward, and Doki's in behind. Another well-executed bit of team play coming out, but look, Tim, Uno's gone down. I mentioned that C4. The thing is they can recover this, unlikely get a plant on. Diffuses in a 1 versus 4. No control of sight, nothing to be done. Doki closes it out. Play. Staring in towards server from range. Really, it's constantly trying to pinch them in. And Loira's dropped in, found 1, instantly traded out as well. So not a bad response from M80. But again, the pressure is building from G2.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got themselves in position. Uno's got the diffuser in hand. They're just burning out that utility. Doki manages to find 1, and that creates the space for Uno to start putting the diffuser down. He's getting aggressive inside of the side. Uno does thick it, but he's 1v3 in the post plant. He manages to find the first. Can he get onto the hatches? It looks like he can.
Imagine if Uno can pull this off. It would be magical. He's got the diffuser down. That's a big advantage on side already. M80, they've got to decide what the game plan is here. They try and get 1 down to a 1 versus 1. Uno potentially about to go nuclear, being chased up. Blue behind him as well, but just about rounds the corner in time. Right idea, sees his man, but misses the shot. The flash coming out down to the last 15 here. He's only going to win the 1, and Tim, he's done it! Uno in a post-plant 1v.
Out from Loira just to hold them back, but there's the full white. Here comes the push. They've dealt with it so much better than G2 did, Des. Doki picks up Gunnar, 4 versus 4, but G2, they're starting to lose their grip on this site.
Doki's still here. They might see the feet maybe stepping out, and sure enough they do, but he knows he's getting pushed in. And with this, there's about 60 seconds left, still dug in. He's getting flashed, he's getting candeled, he's getting tracked. Everything you can throw at Doki is being thrown his way right now. He's seen nothing but a white screen for the last 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure he thinks his monitor is broken. But the important thing is, he is still here, Tim.
And that just goes to show exactly why his army is considered as powerful as she is. Just wasted so much time in there behind those keeper barricades, but the ground has now been taken. The diffuser is going down, but so are the players as G2 are managing to find kills. 2v2. Can M80 repeat what Uno did against them? Can they hold on from above?
Bit of a retard. So I'd say diffuser's going in here as well. They've managed to get one. Alamal's got no choice. He's got to push out for the firefights here. Right idea looking towards the hatch. I think that's where he thought his man got down from. But no, it's here on blue. Right idea. And finds the down. But my concern is, Tim, they don't really have the time anymore. And the hatch is there. This one's looking a little bit cut. He'll try and get his man up. They've got 10 seconds to make this work. The drop comes on through. Has he taken a bit of a gamble? Yes, he has! And Uno with a 2K and a disable coming on through will move him up to 5-2. Diffuser there. In this first game, we've not seen too many of that new fresh blood on this team waking up and making a bit of a difference. Out the window goes Doki, and Diffuser cannot catch a break.
That was actually really good from Doki. He had about 20 HP left after being bullied by the Deimos from downstairs, so he really made...
That's it. G2 have got that numbers advantage here. That clock starts to wind on down. 70 seconds to play. In comes Kino and still can't beat his man at tight range. 2 quick kills for G2. They're in a 4 versus 1.
Couple of player changes. Have they had long enough to really settle in? Bodega's come back in. Can they get everything together?
That one hits a bit close to home. For those who missed the context on that one, Cameraman, of course, left M80 and has now joined G2 as their assistant coach for this event.
It's not always about getting out on the roam and having that teleportation back to site, or, you know, you can just be there to take the fights, but to bring the utility, because you've got a bulletproof cam, you've got a shield essentially, you've also then got extra utility with the impact nades. Alamau's going to pick up Diffuser, and this is just going perfectly.
Things here, and M80, they know that this is short, they know that this is a big ask for them to try and get anything back and over. It's just not going to happen. Blaz, he's the boogeyman under the stairs, haunts them in this game. What more can you say?
Yeah, it's almost certainly job done for G2 in map 1 as Alamau manages to pick up Packer, and it is all up to Kino. 1 versus 4. Had a pretty decent game so far as Kino, picking up kill number 9 there, but it hasn't been enough to buy his team some rounds, and that's what M80 are going to have to consider in the break between these two maps. They're really going to have to come back strong on map 2. It's going to be Lair, and we know G2 are a good Lair side. Des, and having picked up Bank there, it could be a quick...
The other team gets to choose what side they start on. Where that then varies a little bit is if you get to overtime, the team that picked the map gets to choose what side they start on. So I expect M80 will start overtime on defense, assuming we even get there, Tim, because we may well not.
Playing in the same sort of positions as he was for Beast Coast when he was able to be that top entry player. You know, and it's just getting that settling down. Spoit comes in, gets the entry. Is he going to be able to find himself a second one? No.
Beautiful.
He does, in fact. Alamau, I thought, was going to win that fight, but Spoit, a second, and...
Walked to 2K there, got rid of the smoke, got rid of the Valkyrie. A great start for M80, and just how you wanted Lair to begin.
Great play from Doki there, just with a little bit of intel. Knew that they were inside of Ops. Takes the
around, and you can feel that death coming closer for G2.
That's big from the Bandit there, just able, Doki, to keep himself in that position at Masks, prevents the ace charge detonating. Diffuser does pick up Uno though, and while it felt winnable in a 3v4 for G2, a 2v4 I think will be too much to ask, and exactly what I expected. M80 now start to apply the pressure, start to push in. They are feeling emboldened by their numbers advantage. Packer's putting the Diffuser down. This has been a really nice attack all round from M80.
Dare I say, Tim, a near flawless one as well.
Really good.
Outside the Doki, getting that little side swipe and
to go and do something about it, but they never did do anything about it, and they've been punished.
There we go, then starting their way up towards Rocket, and I think, like you said, Tim, realising, hey, we probably should really worry about top floor. We've now lost 2 players trying to get rid of that. They don't know about the Kaid off towards the left, finds 1. A little bit detached here is the problem, Tim. The player that was supporting, in this case, I believe it was Kino, was just too far away from Packer, who was looking to take ground, and G2...
Keep the pressure on them.
At least they know they're being challenged up here on this second floor. Loira finding out we're gonna again. I keep on speaking about this need for the entry. You're playing on the RAM. That's not the kind of operator you look at and say, you're the entry in this round, guy. That's what a Deimos is for. And again, they're just losing players to, I wouldn't say silliness, but it's getting a little bit hectic here. They've managed to trade one back with Diffuser, playing on the back of
Deimos. Let's just make things tough for them. And G2 are just controlling the pace of things really well at the minute. However, Lyra into the mind a little bit. Out comes the Toxic Babe canister. We've spoken about Paka. He's going to be taken down easily. It's the impact. Doki, he knows he needs to win this challenge. He's looking through the mirror window, can't find his man, but again, just continues to burn time. 15 seconds left, Des.
That's all they need here. G2 should be able to hold on. Diffuser starting his push on through. Kino has found one, making it a second plant going down. A 1v2 for now as the push starts rounding, but they're in the right place. They hold on tight. It's a 2 versus 1 for M80. And Tim, it feels like they might have turned around what looked like a bit of a disaster into a round win.
Exactly that. They lost those two players early, but Diffuser and Kino have done a beautiful job at the end of the round.
Play happen. I think it's an incredible operator, as do many teams, but maybe haven't seen it enough so far throughout the competition. But saying that, man was right in front of you. You heard his phone and you still got your gun down. You're paying the price for it. And Lyra has absolutely collapsed onto 2 players of M80. Alamau finding 1 and G2 putting up a very stiff front here and giving nothing over to the North American side.
Spike just using the new functionality of that light screen from Sense there, able to put it up and down at will, just begging for an opportunity to get a vertical kill going on. They know that there's going to be some attention coming down these stairs. Interestingly, we see Tuberau just trying to use that canister to create difficulty coming down those stairs, but he's unable to and does get punished. Uno, however, picks up Gunnar in return. 4 versus 4.
Getting rid of the Dockerbeat again, massive for them. Gunnar just keeps on falling at these random points in the round where he hasn't had a chance. Think about the round. It's been the Dockerbeat here as well.
Kino
marches onto a 3k2 for himself in the mid-round, explodes out. M80 surely can't lose this, Tim. They're in a 4 versus 2.
Surely they can't. I don't think they will. Paka goes inside of the smoke, starts getting the diffuser down. Not much of an idea from G2. Even with the pulse underneath, they can do absolutely nothing to prevent it. That's diffuser down, and G2 now working against the clock and against the odds. Diffuser picks up Uno, and it is all up to the last man left alive. It's Alamau trying to get back up those stairs, but he was tracked as well.
Trying to step their way forward to pick up what looks to be Blaz.
Paka gets caught in the goo mine there, has to go out of the window and back in, and he's just under too much pressure as Doki throws another one out there. He's trying to duck and dodge it, but he can't get out of the way, and ultimately Doki's able to find the kill. That's a big loss for M80 as Kino goes down as well. You picked up on the power of the player so far. Uno, Lyra, G2 are cruising towards a potential flawless round to close out the half. It's all up to Gunnar. Can he find his first kill? That's the only thing that he can do to stop this being flawless, to stop it being a punishment of a round. Even with the advantage, Des, he still gets Paka just holding a tight angle with the SMG there, but they're giving themselves away, Des! Finding his man up through the hatch. It's going to be Alamau to open things out, taking it down Spite. That goes the Ella, but at least the Guzmot mines will already be out. They'll be in position, so they don't lose too much in the utility sense, at least.
This map looks like making use of the Grim Bees as well to make it a little bit easier. No swing to come on through. Not quite being pinned in here on a shield, Tim, in the same way that Paka was previously. And here comes the push forward. The flash comes out, and Paka is done. That is how you play the Blitz, my friend.
Yeah, they've dealt with the smoke fantastically well, but Diffuser picking up Blaz could be big there. It levels things up, 3v3, but they're aware, they're ready. Diffuser gets taken down, 2v2, 2v1 effectively, and it's the clash that's left. This just got so difficult for Kino. He's had a big game so far. He's going to have to go even bigger as Diffuser gets taken down. 25 seconds, Lyra might need to take the opportunity to get the plant down here, though.
That's what they're really worried about, those forcing a 1 versus 1, and that's what it could become. Kino down to almost no HP, and Doki is feeling himself at 7 and 3. Secretly, so is Kino. The same scoreline, but the plant is down. The 2v1's back on side, and they don't get this one, Tim. What I love is about the middle of that round, they're double here. They walk away with nothing. G2 walk away with the lion's share, 4 points themselves. And that can put you in real dangerous stead when it starts coming around to the end of the group. Diffuser falling down here, Doki onto the entry. I tell you what, Tim, I was looking at it earlier on. G2, I think, have only lost 2 entries so far on this map, and Doki is cooking something. 9 and 3 is now up to.
As expected.
They've got sight.
G2 have been given too much.
Just turtle up, guys, it's fine.
They've taken full advantage of it, and, you know, we heard them coming into it. We don't have to fight, just, you know.
How's he got away with that?
Give them the mat. It's no problem. It is a problem, because right now, G2 are feeling great. They're on top of it, and they're going to punish you. If you give them something, they're going to take it. 2v2, M80 on a little bit of a fight back here, but now it's once again Kino on the clash, last alive, and it's difficult. He's going to get spun round on the spot, taken out. Great finish. Just looking to take the fight to G2 a little bit. Here's the barricade opening up, so you know what? I'll go and pop my face in it. I'll have a look, and he gets his reward. Kino, Diffuser Kino, been doing great work for M80 so far. Gunner gets in on the mix, 5v2, and this round is pretty much done as Diffuser picks up Blaz. It's going to be all down to Uno. He is just backed up inside of Ops at the minute, looking for any opportunity he can. 1 minute 15. The best thing he can do right now is wait and see if M80 get carried away, if they want to give him a cheap kill or two. M80, by contrast, just keep yourself out of the way. You know that he isn't going to get the round one, almost certainly, so you don't need to give him the opportunity to pad those stats.
What I do like is actually how having the walls opened up, though, gives that bit of pressure on site. It means for M80 it's not a safe place to pull back into. Kino, though, has had a couple of rounds here where he's getting busy, but Uno is in, and he's planting the same spot as last time, but Tim, they haven't learned their lesson.
Blaz was just doing some work there to protect that vertical so that they could get the diffuser down, but can M80 use the weight and numbers they've got in a 5v3 to create the space to get on and disable that diffuser? It's up to G2 now to try and hold this, maybe from above. Doki manages to pick up Packer. Blaz was playing above. He takes a little bit of damage from a goo mine, but Doki goes big, finds himself another 2 and brings it back to a 2v2. This is winnable for G2 now, Des.
Well, Doki in spot is having one hell of a map at 12 and 5. Can't quite find the next. It's down to Blaz. Can he find his man? He sees the backpack, puts him on his bum, and that's the one done, Tim. There's not enough time left. They'll close this one out, and G2 will move up to map point, but it was pretty close.
Blaz was so important in that attack. Kind of just caught running round a little bit.
A lot of map geometry short supporting Doki's push in there is the thing, though. But again, the point you're making, look at this. M80 with 2 quick kills have realised G2 are coming in for, dare I say, a bit of a rush, and they have woken up. Gunner especially. Bit of praise on him. He was down at, what, 0 and 7 earlier? We were concerned about him. He has risen back up to 7 and 9 here. Really putting on a show, but is it enough to get his team to overtime? Doki's going down as well, and this time round it feels like M80 will hold.
Yeah, able to use the verticals a lot better as well. Doki going in there. It was Kino underneath that actually took him out, and he could find Alamar having the same problem here because you can see Kino's still underneath. He's just going to stand and watch that door. Sorry, it's Packer, I think. No, it was Kino. It was Kino on the shotgun underneath.
Now, last game of the day here on the A stream. For G2, they want this done now, Tim. They don't want to give it a chance of seeing M80 carry it to overtime. I mean, that's one way of definitely giving the game away, I guess, boys. I get the aggression, but there's a level of aggression to consider in this. Begins. They've got display completely locked off, which has let Mez be taken over by Alamar and Doki, and they've got the push coming in.
Spite's the problem at the minute. He's in behind the desk, and G2 just can't clear him. Uno is stood on the breach, but he just can't move inside until Spite has been cleared away. That is going to do the job, though, surely, as kills come in one after another, rather than trying to get Uno on in to get that plant out.